Greetings once again, G-Dub Freaks. This is Rob Consu of Radio ITG, and we are here on the Corrupted Isle to witness the Ancients go toe-to-toe with the Celebrities in the second match of this semifinal round. The Ancients took the first one on Celebrities map pick, which was the Burning Isle. This is going to be the Ancients map pick, and we will see if they are going to be able to triumph on their own map and move on to the grand finals, or if Cell is going to be able to pick it up on their away map and take this one home and take us to a third game. Already here at the beginning marks, we see three members of Ancients go out back and go in an assault the back gate of Cell. They're going to go ahead and pick off some footmen and start to take those down and see how well Cell, mostly known for an 8-man flag stand skirmish team, how well they split and adapt to that pressure along the back. Already looking up here at the front line, the Ancients have their flag runner, that Monk Warrior, under a lot of pressure. Get some nice heals. Quite interestingly, though, he's running balanced stance, and I don't see too many people run that on their bottom Monk Warrior, so he might not in fact be running flags. He could, though, have some run stances along with that balanced stance in order to run those flags. Looking at the flag stand, though, currently it is not capped, but we don't have anybody, or we don't have the Monk Warrior holding that flag. It is being held by this Monk Elementalist, Muka. And in fact, the Monk Elementalist does make a little bit more sense on running those flags. So they might have just jockeyed around the positioning of their members on this party bar for us. And Muka is more than likely going to be running flags for the Ancients. Probing down a little bit on the Ancients build. Back around gank here, we have Memphis Reborn. He's running a Sword Warrior, probably the exact same Sword Warrior that he ran last game. And that's going to be a Sever Artery Gash combo to inflict bleeding and deep wound. Of course, lowering your opponent's health by 20%. That is a condition and can be removed, though. He's also got You're All Alone to slow people down. That's going to slow down his target as long as they are not adjacent to anybody. Mending Touch right there to remove conditions, primarily blinding on himself. And also a Sig of 40 armor, or what's officially known as a Sig of Healing, which is going to drop his armor to 40 as well as heal him up while he is activating that skill. And looking down, we also have a Ranger Monk. Pretty much this looks like the exact same build that they ran at the Burning Isle. This Ranger Monk is going to be spamming out Flaming Arrow as often as possible, or sorry, Burning Arrow as often as possible. That's going to put up 7 pips of degen. He's also going to be packing Apply Poison, which we see right there, and that's going to put an additional 4 pips of degen. So a quick math would give us 11 pips of degen. However, because the degen caps at 10, that would surely cap at 10 for the opponents. 10 degen is certainly no joke anyways, and that will have to be a threat to be dealt with. He's also going to have a couple Disrupt spells, which is by way of Savage Shot, which will inflict damage if it hits a skill, and it's also going to be packing Disrupting Shot, which is going to disable the skill for an additional amount of time if it does interrupt it. Looking on down to the third ganker that we have here is an Emo, Red Karakik, and he's pretty much going to be spamming out Blinding Surge to put off some damage as well as impede any kind of melee or ranger hate coming on them. As if somebody is blinded, that is going to reduce all of their attacks. And by attacks, I pretty much mean any kind of sword, you know, scythe, dagger type attack, a bow attack or whatnot. Any kind of arcane skill, that's not going to affect. And then just going to go ahead here and check in on Ale. which is a member of Cell that has been finished off by the Ancients as they are pushing into the back of this base. They already have those NPCs along that back gate finished off, and they're looking at cleaning up a couple archers here on the outside walls of the Celebrities base. The Celebrities do have a couple people back here in the base to deal with it. They do have Redneck, which is one of the healers of the Ancients, back there to heal up those NPCs, as well as Wise, which I do believe is a Mesmer. Yes, a Mesmer Paragon packing Warstrol's Demise, as well as Spiritual Pain. Two very, very high spike skills at that. And Warstrol's Demise really isn't going to be packing too much damage on Memphis and the Ranger Monk there, as they do not have virtually any spells. However, it will be inflicting a lot of damage on Red, the Emo, as Warstrol's Demise does do additional damage to every skill on your bar, as long as you are not casting a skill at the time that damage is dealt onto you. So, going to go ahead here and probe the Celebrity space for any other members. I don't see any. Going to get a quick gauge here on what NPCs are left for Cell in their base. They do have this Footman here, but he was only aggroed from that front gate. All of the other NPCs along that back gate have been finished off. Looking over at the front gate, we do have all of the archers up here, that Footman and Archer. And aNc is just going to go ahead and push in here. Try and make a play on either Redneck, or they're probably going to look at Ale, which was just resurrected, as he is a little bit softer than those other targets. And either get him down, or they're going to try and pull a move on Redneck, which is the healer. And if you get the healer down, then it is a little bit easier to kill everything else. And those members of aNc are getting pushed back a little bit. However, looking at the health bars of Ale and Redneck, they're not feeling too healthy either. So pretty much they're just going to skirmish here for the next couple minutes. The members of Ancients are going to try and pull in and get down those knights there in the guild hall. And of course, Cell is going to try and push aNc back out of their base. And with that, I'm going to go ahead and rejoin the action here up at the flag stand, which I have neglected for all too long. Pretty much what the Ancients got rolling up here is we do have a warrior assassin, and I believe I did hear Shadow Prison come off of Death Whisper as soon as I focused over onto him. Shadow Prison is going to enable him to Shadow Step over to his target. It's going to slow his target down, and then he's going to cast Frenzy and unleash all of his attack skills on that target in rapid succession, and then cast, or rather prep up, Sprint there to overwrite that Frenzy, and then to chase after his opponent. Also up here at the flag stand, we have Neb. He's going to be your basic fire spammer. And with all that fire being spammed off at that point, Eric Claire on the Celebrities has been taken off, instantly resurrected. He's going to go ahead and get a couple swords into the face. They're going to put a lot of pressure on Eric Claire right now at about 50% health. Gets a protective spirit down on him. I believe that was by task. Could be Redneck to see if he pushed up there. No, he did not. That would have been by task, which is up at the flag stand right now. And Eric Claire is doing fairly well, but as I shaded on over to Redneck, he's not feeling too good. Over at 5% health, they were able to push some of those aNc members out of there, but as they were pushing in, aNc was able to get a pretty good play in on Redneck. Almost wiped him out, but they were unable to get the job done. Cell is going to fall back toward their guild hall area and just try and heal up, regen as much energy, and preserve what's left of their base. Although right here we do see aNc has aggroed those two knights out of the base. Optimally, you would only want one. It looks like they are going to be kiting away until one of those knights disengages. And as you see, Memphis sort of stayed up there. I believe that was more that he was knocked down. But you kind of want to break one of those knights' aggro. And as soon as you only have one knight, deal with that knight and finish him off. Going to go ahead here and zoom back in on the flag stand area. As we've got a couple members going up to this flag stand, which is in a narrow passageway. And it's pretty easy to body block people. It will take a solid 4 to get a secure body block on that path up to the stand. But yet you can slow them down pretty well with only 3 and delay that flag cap. However, right now we see that the Ancients have 1 minute and 21 seconds away from a morale boost, and that is quite a long time. So neither team's probably looking to make any kind of big play on the flag runner as of right now. Going to go here and check out Muka, which is the Mesmer Elementalist, and he is definitely running flags with that Storm Din Chase cast on him. Storm Din Chase does increase your speed by 33%. However, it is going to drain 1 energy a second. And right here we see Muka getting a nice spike down on him. And the Ancients are very, very far ahead on flags. As you can see, he was right there just as the celebrity flag runner got up to that stand. Muka right now not feeling too healthy, does not have any kind of enchantments on him, but is nevertheless able to stay up, but that's not for too long. Saki shadow steps over to him, puts a dismember right on him, cuts his health by 20%, and shuts him out. At that same instance, the Ranger Monk back in the base of celebrities was finished off. And Ancients look to be falling back to base both in the back and in the front right now. Even after being way ahead in stands, or in flag stands I should say, as well as clearing off multiple NPCs in base. Those 2 kills right there did a whole world of damage and pretty much flipped this match around into the celebrity's favor. Looking at the red rear gate, I did see a couple, or in fact just one Ancient member sort of spy up that back gate. But it looks like they are going to wait for another member. And as soon as they get that, they're going to push in and keep on trying for those NPCs, primarily the knights in there, which are both still standing. But as of right now, it does look like Red and Curie are going to just duel it here in the base of the Ancients. And then Memphis. Yes, Memphis has rejoined his team up by the flag stand to put in some additional damage and try and spike down somebody. As we see, they're trying to get Task down right there for the celebrities, but are unable to do so, as Task has many enchantments currently and was unable to get anything done. Memphis, though, was pushing into the back gate of Cell, decides to turn around, gets shadow stepped over, but he was not overextended enough so that his monks could not get to him. They were able to push up, get some protection in on him, and prevent him from being stricken down. Memphis is stepping up and putting a couple blades into the back of Ale, which is the flag runner for the celebrities, trying to knock him down. 46 seconds away from an Ancient morale boost. They are pushing up, have a pretty good chance to get a good body block in on him. Ale is sort of finding his way around all these members of Ancients. He is able to get around them all except for Real 5, I do believe, or Rilke 5. And even though he is currently crippled, he is going to be able to push up to that flag stand and drop it on. Looking over at Muka, though, the flag runner for the Ancients has just been taken down, and Saki looks to have kicked that flag back. I'm not 100% sure on that kick. I'm looking to see if any blue member has a flag, and I don't see any of that. So the celebrities with that kill on Muka have pretty much evened the ground on the flag stand race. Muka should still be able to go back and get that flag and get it back up to the stand with little problems. It really is only going to take him about 15 to 20 seconds from picking up that flag to get it up to the stand. And as you can see, he can get that in before there's 60 seconds left on the clock to get that flag stand in. We are, though, at 15 minutes and 23 seconds. Looking at red back in the base of Ancients. Dishing out a blinding surge. And looks like they're going to pull out of the base for now, regen some energy and some health, and then push back in there. Looking over at Ayu right here, he has been getting quite a lot of spikes down on his health bar, but it looks like those are only going to be infused healths. Infused health, of course, you are going to lose double your health that you currently have, and your target ally, is going to be healed for normally about, I'll ballpark it at 120% of that health that you sacrifice. That is pretty much what that skill does. He is packing Light of Deliverance for some global heals, but those global heals will only heal the party members within radar range that are below 80% health. He did just take a spill there with a Gale, and that was pretty much to get some space in between him and Muka as they tried to spike down Muka, the flag runner of the Ancients. But that was not quite sufficient enough to get a good spike down on Muka, and he is able to get in there and get that flag plant. Just going to go ahead and start probing down on the celebrities, which with 3 minutes left, they are in pretty good position. They have a slight morale lead and are even up on the flags. However, when you look over at the NPCs, they are at a severe disadvantage. Saki right here is the warrior assassin. He is going to be having that shadow prison. However, before we get too far into that, red Karaki of the Ancients has gone down at the back gate right there. And the cell members are pretty much going to be able to camp over him, but not for too long, as at 18 minutes we see him resurrect back at the base. Just going to spy up on him for a little bit. He might go out that back gate. He might pick up a flag as soon as I put it on the sand, but he's just going to go ahead, prep up his running skill there, and run out of the back of the base and continue the assault on these celebrities. Going to check out the flag stand yet again. Spying up on Devin this time. He is going to be a Paragon Warrior with incoming. Very, very short duration skill with a moderate recharge that is going to decrease the damage done on all teammates within his aggro bubble by 50%. He's also got Go for the Eyes to increase the critical percent chance. Spear of Lightning for some damage. And Lyric of Zeal to regenerate some energy. And looking over on Airclair right now, he is the monk of Cell. Probably the most damaged right now, and in fact got a nice spike on him, but that really only took him down to about 50% health. And Cell is feeling pretty healthy right now. With 15 seconds left, both of these parties are pretty well healthy. Gonna check out the ganking squad for the Ancients as soon as 20 minutes goes by, they will more than likely try to push in and make a play on that Guild Lord. However, we do have 3 members of Cell in the back of their own base looking to do that same exact thing to the celebrity, or to the Ancients. However, looking here at the Ancients, the Ranger Monk was spiked down within an instant of that victory or death, as well as Muka up at the flag stand. And these members of Ancients are just falling left and right from that additional damage that is being done at victory or death. And it does not look like there's not too much that they can do about that right now. Going to go ahead and look in on the main forces of these celebrities, which is primarily the NPCs right now. aNc trying to push in to Cell here at the flag stand. However, they are at a disadvantage even though they have a couple more NPCs right now. One of their, well, in fact, their main flag runner is down, as well as the majority of their damage dealers. The only one standing right now is Death. Nibu, though, has been resurrected. But things right now, again, are not looking too healthy for the Ancients. Cell is lighting up their NPCs right now, trying to take them out. They did just lose their bodyguard, however. And despite the Ancients pretty much getting themselves handed to them, are cleaning up the archers that are left for Cell. The only question is how long can they put up with this? And in fact, Death, Neb, and Ayu just got a big fat spiritual pain in 3 of their faces. Memphis Reborn has gone down. Neb did pick him up with the Resurrect, but shortly thereafter, Memphis received the taste of death from the celebrities and was cleaned off yet again. Looking over at the morale chart, the Ancients right now are at about 50% health, or sorry, 50% morale. And as Death has bit the dust yet again, that is going to fall a little bit more. Both of the monks right now on Ancients are cleaned off, and Cell is going to be able to easily push in and make tons of damage in the base of the Ancients, because we are a whole 60 seconds away from a resurrection on the Ancients. Although first, before they do that, they're going to go ahead and clean up a couple members of Cell that are back in their own base trying to make a play on the Guild Lord. And it does look like they have sent pretty much everybody back to the base to deal with only those 2 people. They're going to just try and corral them up as much as possible. 23 minutes and 49 seconds left. They might be able to make a play on one of those members and spike him down just after that 24-minute mark to prevent him from being resurrected. But it does not seem like they are able to do just that. The majority of the members are going to stick in and around the flag stand. And wait for Cell to, or sorry, wait for the Ancients to push out on them. as it does seem like they're splitting up the same way that they did before. Top 3 going back, and the bottom portion of the team pushing out front. Very interestingly, Aeroclair has Mantra of Flame. You don't see that used too often. Mantra of Flame is going to increase your defense versus only fire skills. And basically the only reason why you would run that is because fire spamming has become so popular in Guild Wars right now. And you're pretty much only playing on the fact that you're expecting your opponent to bring fire spam. Has worked out a little bit in his favor because Neb was a fire spammer and was up here at the front gate. And in fact, at 25 minutes and 25 seconds, many of the members of Ancients are now resigning. And this should be a good game any moment now with both of those monks down from the Ancients. Couple of members, though, hanging on. They're not ready to quit. However, right now at 25 minutes and 48 seconds, they do resign out. This one goes to Cell. Congratulations. This has been Rob Consu of Radio ITG. Thanks for tuning in.